Agreed, of course, and he's one of those who said to me, hanging in there, this thing will come to an end very soon, it will self-correct, and let's continue. And every time I meet him, he will say to me, come back to the ANC, like Didi Mabuza, like many of them. Every moment they get, they say to me, I must come back, but they've got a serious problem, because even if I want to come back, my grandmother said I must never commit that mistake. So I have to choose between Gigi Mabuza and my grandmother, and I'll always choose my grandmother. We agreed on many points. The only problem is that he was saving a neoliberal state that will not make certain things possible. I mean, he agreed to nationalization of the Reserve Bank. He agreed to the establishment of a state bank. Sovereign fund was also firmly on his agenda, and that the land issue should be resolved. So that is the kind of a leader you will have at the forefront. A man who never speaks about tenders, a man who never speaks about committing corruption. Because many of them, when you speak to them, in every aspect they see business opportunity, personal accumulation. He was not that kind, yet he was business minded, and he knew where to do business and how to do business, and always remained above all. And that is the kind of mentorship and leadership we take from him. Always avoided going there because I didn't want to eat the tin fish. But he was very strong about the land issue, about agriculture. But he was also very firm about remaining an ordinary person, because he would just leave Mafua's crew and then come here in Kuankua, find a woman who's selling food on the street, sit there alone and eat the food from a woman who sells on the street. He will interact in an ordinary manner with people of Tanin. And it's the kind that used to go out a lot. And he didn't mind to go out alone. You will find seated there alone with his glass of red wine, and he knows what must be paired with what. Don't get the tin fish confusing you. He had style, he knew nice food, he knew proper wine, and he could speak to it in such a way that you will even be tempted to want to drink wine, and that time you are drinking Corona. So that's a problem. That's how persuasive he was. He was a darling, he was a gentleman. He was someone that you always look up to meeting him. Always when that call comes, you know that you are going to have an informed conversation. Well, that was his character. He was a good human being, embraced everyone, especially someone from his province. He never forgot to remind us that we are his homeboys. And when something wrong happens, he will take a call, a phone, and call you. And even when good things happen, he will take a phone and call him. We'll have long conversations. One of the conversations, because he wants to be so modest and so reasonable. When he became a minister of finance, he was refusing to have bodyguards. And I said to him, you're carrying our purse, and it's not going to be easy for you to just drive around, especially late in the evening, from Pretoria to Mafua's Kloof and all of that. So we had that kind of relationship.